A very good morning, my dear students of Standard 6. Here I am going to give you a surprise teaching a chapter on biology, the first chapter of your biology book. The first chapter of your biology book is on the leaf. Now, before we go to discuss and learn about the leaf, and different parts involved in the leaf, we first learn about the entire plant. The plant is divided into two parts. One is the root system, the other one is shoot system. Now coming to the root system, you have the roots. In the root system you have the roots which is present below the soil. So the roots are present below the soil. Now there are two types of roots. One is taproot, the other one is fibrous root. Now this is a rose plant, and the rose plant is an example for the taproots, whereas the grass is an example for fibrous root. Now in case of the the rose plant, which is an example for taproot system, it has got a primary root, it has got a secondary root, it has got a tertiary root, meaning there is straight down below, there is the main root running all along the shoot, the stem. This is your primary root, the main root. Then you will see root branching from the main root, that is your secondary root. You will further see again from the secondary root the branches arising. So that is your tertiary root. So thus the taproots have got the primary root, secondary root, tertiary root. From the primary root arises the secondary root, from the secondary root arises the tertiary root. So that is about the taproot system. Example of the plants having taproots are your rose, your china, and all your big trees of the banyan tree, pipal tree, tamarind tree, neem tree, etc. Now they are examples for taproot system. Now coming to the other root called the fibrous root. Look, this is the base, this is the soil, the surface of the soil. Now all the roots, in case of the fibrous root, the grass is an example for fibrous root. You just see here, all the roots are arising from the base of the stem. All the roots are arising from the base of the stem, just like a cluster of root. It's called a cluster of root arising from the base of the stem is called a fibrous root. But in both the cases you have millions of root hair. You see millions of root hair. The roots have got, both the taproot as well as the fibrous root have got millions of root hair which absorbs the water and mineral from the soil. Now that's about the root system. Coming to the shoot system. Now in this shoot system, what do you have? In the root system you have only the roots, and the roots are of two types, taproots and fibrous roots. And in shoot system you have the stem, then the stem you have, in this stem you have the knots, the interknots, then you have a number of axil bud, and then you have the flower, and then you will see further the fruits, the seeds, etc. So the shoot system have got different, so many parts, that is the stem, and the stem is divided into two parts, knots and interknots. Now what is knots? Knots is part of the shoot system from which either the leaf or the branches arises is called the knots. I repeat, what is knots? Knots are the parts of the stem from which the branches or the leaf arises is called your knots. Now what are interknots? The interknots are the region between two successive knots. You see one knot here from which you have the leaf has come out or the branches have come out, and here you have another knot from which you have another branch has come out, and then you have the region between two knots is called your interknots. Just to show you an example, you look here, you look here, the region from which the leaf arises is called your knot. The region from which the leaf arises is called your knots. You see here the leaf is arising, here the leaf is arising, you have a region between the two nodes that is called the internodes. So thus the shoot system has got the stem, the branches, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits and the seeds. Okay. So thus the stem bears, the shoot system bears all these different parts of the plants, whereas the root system bears only the roots. Now that's about your shoot system and root system. Okay. I repeat, root system, there are two type of root system. One is the taproot system, fibrous root system. In the taproot system you have the primary root, secondary root and tertiary root, and the shoot system have got the stem, the branches, the flowers, the fruits and the seeds. And coming to the stem has got two parts, the nodes and internodes. Nodes are the part of the stem or part of the shoot system from which the leaf or the branches arise, whereas internodes are the region between two successive nodes. मतलब यहाँ पे एक node है, यहाँ पे एक node है. So the area between two nodes is called your internodes. So that's about the introductory part to get into the leaf. Now what is your syllabus tell you? The syllabus is going to teach you about the leaf. Okay. Which means you have already learned in class 5 about the root system and the shoot system in general. Now coming to the leaf, what does your syllabus tell you? The syllabus teaches you about the external structure of a leaf. Second, kinds of leaf. In the kinds of leaf you have a simple leaf and compound leaf. Further, the leaf is divided basing on the shape, different type of shape and then different type of margins. Okay, and different type of arrangement of leaves. You know, I have drawn the margin, here I have written about the arrangement of leaves. Now that comes under type of leaf. Then you have type of venation. You know what type of venation, I will teach you about the venation. Then what is the function of the leaf, how does the leaf get modified, and then it gets modified into tendril, spine, scale, etc. Then we will learn about the insectivorous plant and vegetative propagation in leaf. Okay. Now this is about the syllabus. I repeat, the syllabus tells you about the external structure of a leaf, kinds of leaf, types of venation, function of leaf, modification of leaf and insectivorous plants and vegetative propagation. Now coming to the external structure of a leaf, I will teach you with a live example. At the same time, look at the blackboard first now. Remember children, the leaf has got a bud called axillary bud from which the branches arises. Axillary bud from which the branches arises. Now the axillary buds are present between the leaf and the stem. Okay, the axillary buds are present between either the branch, between the branches and the stem from which the new branches comes out. Then besides that you have this region is called petiole. The stalk of a leaf is called petiole. Okay, the stalk of a leaf is called a petiole. Then you have the lamina, the broad green part of the leaf is called lamina, which means the entire broad and green region is called lamina. Okay, which means the total flat green, the entire part, the broad, flat and green. Remember, it's broad, it is flat and it is green in color. I repeat, the broad, the flat and the green part of the plant is called of the leaf is called your lamina. Now look here, all along your petiole, the main line going here. So the midline in continuation with the petiole. What is petiole? The stalk of a leaf. Stalk matlab a stick. The stalk of a leaf is called a petiole. So this petiole is in continuation in middle of the leaf, which is called midrib. Okay, I repeat, all along the petiole is in continuation in middle of the leaf. Okay, and that midline in continuation with the petiole is called your midrib. This middle wala beach wala line is called your midrib. So midrib is the part of the leaf which is in continuation with the petiole is called your midrib. Then you will see the lateral vein. Okay. Now you see the veins, so many veins are rising. So you have the midrib, from the midrib you have got a number of veins arising. Then you have got chota vein which are called veinlets. Okay, V-E-I-N-L-E-T-S, veinlets. So you have the veins, then the branches of the veins are called veinlets. I have not written. So you have the veins and the branches of the veins are called veinlets. Okay, then you see the margin, this is called a margin, and the tip of the leaf is called leaf apex. Okay, I repeat, axillary bud is a small bud which gives rise to branches and new leaves present between the main stem and either the leaf or the branch is called your axillary bud. The function of axillary bud is it gives rise to either new leaf or new branch. 2. The part of the plant or of the leaf, the stalk of a leaf, to put it in a simple word, the stick that bears a leaf, the stick that bears a leaf, it is technically called stalk, S-T-A-L-K. So the stalk of a leaf is called petiole. Next, the lamina, the broad, the flat and green part of the leaf is called lamina. Okay. Then inside the lamina, the entire thing, I will get back to the life thing. So lamina. Then in the middle of the lamina you have the midrib which is in continuation with the stalk of a leaf called the petiole. Then from the midrib you have a number of veins arising. Okay, you see all these branches, they are called veins. Okay. Now from the veins you have so many lateral veins called veinlets. Okay. Then the border, the side region is called your margin. This is called your margin. Then the tip of the leaf is called your leaf apex. Now let me tell you, I will give you a live example. You said this is a pipal plant. Okay, this is a pipal plant. I told you this is node, this is node. The region between two nodes is called internode, and the stalk of a leaf is called your petiole. So this is petiole, this is petiole. Then normally there are small buds present in between the leaf and the main stem, that is called your axillary bud. Then you have the midrib. Look at the main beautiful middle line. I just take one particular leaf. Okay, you just see the middle line you see. Now this is your midrib. Then you see so many beautiful side lines. Now these side lines are called your veins. Then you will see again so many branches inside. When you look into it, so many branches, they are called veinlets. So this is your, these lines are called your veins. Then again you will see lot of network. Okay, small veins arising from this vein, this vein is called a veinlet. Now this is called your margin and this is called your leaf apex. So you have the petiole is this, okay, leaf margin is this, leaf apex is this, midrib is this, leaf vein is this, and so many branches of veins called the veinlets. And the entire flat, green, broad surface is called your lamina. So that is about the external structure of the leaf. Now coming to kinds of leaf. Okay, the leaves are of two types. One is simple leaf and compound leaf. Okay, now this is an example for simple leaf. Now look here, this leaf has got from the branch only one single, from the stem only one single leaf is arising. So this is called simple leaf. A leaf which has got only one single leaf arising is called, this is called simple leaf. Okay, whereas compound leaf has got, you know, the midrib of the, how? Because the midrib runs the midrib runs all along as a single one without any break. So that is why the petiole is in continuation as a single midrib. Whereas in compound leaf what happens is, you see rose is an example for compound leaf. Okay. Now look here, you have the petiole, the stalk of a leaf is called petiole. whereas here you say how many leaflets. Okay, here now they are not called leaf, they are called leaflets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this was actually supposed to be a single leaf. What happened is this midrib, they got branched into so many and thus giving rise to so many leaflets. So they are called leaflets. The entire thing is called rose leaf, but each branch is called your leaflets. It may or may not be in your book. So this is the midrib, okay, which gives rise to so many leaflets. And this is so example for compound leaf is your rose. Example for simple leaf is your pipal leaf, because you see the pipal leaf has got only one single leaf, whereas the rose has got so many leaflets and thus giving rise to a compound leaf. Compound leaf matlab one leaf having so many leaflets, whereas simple leaf meaning one from the nodes arises one single leaf, whereas here from the node arises so many leaflets, which is called a compound leaf. Okay. So that is about two type of, one is compound leaf, the other one is simple leaf. Then coming to your basing on shape, there are different type. Okay. Number one is your needle shaped. Okay. You will see example for needle shaped is your onion. You just take the onion leaf and see it's narrow, just like a needle. Okay, the leaf, entire leaf is, the shape of the leaf is just like a needle. Take pine. If you go to Darjeeling and cold region, you will have tall trees, okay, which have got needle shaped leaves. Then you have got oval shaped leaf. Take your guava leaf. Okay, now look at this. This is a guava leaf. Now guava leaf is an example for simple leaf, because from each node only one leaf is arising. There is no leaflets. So look, guava leaf is an example for oval shape. The shape of the guava leaf is oval in shape. So guava leaf is an example for oval shape. Then you have heart shape, your pipal leaf. Okay, this is your pipal leaf. So pipal leaf is an example for heart shaped leaf. You see the shape of the leaf is heart, just like it looks like a heart. So heart shaped leaf is your pipal leaf. Then you have your oblong. Okay, now you have a nice big banana leaf, okay, which I have brought for you. Now you see this is oblong. This is oblong in shape. Oblong matlab a long and a kind of oval shape, okay. Oblong is, but it's an elongated oval shape. So normally this is your oval shape, but in this case it is more elongated, so it's called oblong. So the example for oblong shape is your banana leaf, example for heart shape is your pipal leaf, example for oval shape is your guava leaf, and example for needle shape is your onion leaf. Okay. Now that is different type of leaves basing on the shape. So basing on the type of this, basing on the in general there are two type of leaf. One is simple leaf having a one single leaf from the node. Okay, when a single leaf arises from the node is called simple leaf. When a leaf is having so many leaflets, they are called compound leaves, which means so many other branches, small leaves. Then basing on the arrangement of leaves, there are three types. One is alternate, opposite and whorled. Now what is alternate? Alternate, you have a very good example, that is you take your ajoka. Now this is also an example for simple leaf, because one single leaf is arising from the node and the stalk of a node is called your petiole, and this is your beautifully it is there seen your mid vein, okay, the midrib. Then you have the midrib is also called mid vein. Then you have the lateral vein. Okay. Now the ashoka is an example for alternate. You say look here, one here, one zigzag, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. They are not parallel. Whereas guava leaf, you see the guava leaf has got opposite. Okay, they are just opposite to one another, whereas here they are alternate to one another. So the ashoka leaf is an example for alternate arrangement. Guava leaf is an example, guava plant is an example for the plant having opposite leaf arrangement in opposite manner. Here it is an alternate manner. Alternate matlab dono एक फेस नहीं करते, एक यहाँ पे है, एक यहाँ, एक यहाँ, एक यहाँ, one is here, one is here, one is here, one is here. Look here, look, observe nicely. They have an alternate arrangement. Alternate मतलब दोनों एक ही parallel में नहीं है, लेकिन they are alternately arranged. Whereas guava, they are oppositely arranged. I give you one more example for alternate arrangement. Look here, it's fern. This is called fern leaf. Look here, one, here, 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 here. They are not opposite, they are alternate. Okay. So thus, and there are also plant which has got whorled leaves, where I don't know if you have seen nasturtium. You know, the leaf is like this. It arises like this. Okay, just like a bunch of leaf in each knot. It arises. It's not found here. If I get the next class, I'll show you. Okay. Now, so thus these are the three different type of leaves basing on the arrangement of leaves. I told you alternate is like this, opposite is like this. So when the leaf is arranged like this, suppose middle, this is a stem, and when the leaf is arranged like this, it's called opposite. When the leaf is arranged like this, it's called alternate. Okay. Next, basing on margin, you have a complete margin, you have toothed margin, you have wavy margin, you have spinous margin. Spine matlab needle like. Now for an example for complete margin is, the best example is your complete, which means it's so nice, you know, it's even and smooth. Okay, it's even and smooth. Okay, so this is called your complete example for complete leaf, margin with leaf with the complete margin. Leaf with no spine, no thorn, no spine, no wavy, no, you know, tooth like, just like our tooth, no pointed, no thorn, no wavy, but it is just complete, a smooth, even shape it has got. So this is an example for complete leaf which has no any design or shape in the margin of the leaf. Whereas toothed, you have the best example is your rose plant or your China rose plant. You see, look at the China rose. This is a China rose leaf. Look at the China rose leaf. It has got tooth, just like our tooth, it has got toothed margin, pointed margin, toothed margin. Look at the margin, it has got toothed margin. Similar is your rose leaves too. Okay. Then you have your wavy. Wavy, the best example is your Ashoka. This is your Ashoka leaf. Look at it nicely. It has got nice wavy, you know, just like a wave, like wavy margin. So the leaf with wavy margin is your Ashoka leaf. Okay. Then you have a spinous. You will see some leaf. This is called prickly poppy. It's a poppy like flower, but it has got lot of spine, you know, thorn inside. So it's called spine. Okay, spinous. Because you see, the tip of the leaf has got lot of thorn inside. Just see, lot of thorn inside. So because it has got lot of thorn out inside on the margin of the leaf, it's called a spinous leaf. So example for, so spine is nothing but thorn like a structure present either on the stem or on the margin of the leaf is called spine. Okay, the spine is nothing but the pricking needle like a structure. The pricking needle like structure. So when you hold this, it pricks you. So the pricking needle like structure, it may be present on the stem, it may be present on the margin of the leaf. So here the margin of the leaf has got your spine, so it's called spinous leaf. So okay children, so thus the leaves are of different type. First one what we saw was simple leaf, that is example is your people leaf. Then we saw about the compound leaf where the example is your rose. Okay, so a group of leaf arises from a single petiole. Okay, a group of leaf arises from a single petiole. This is a single petiole, but you have a group of leaf. It's called a compound. Whereas in case of your people tree, one single leaf arises from a petiole. So that is your example. You see here, one single leaf arises from the petiole, that is your simple leaf. A group of leaf arises from the petiole, that is your compound leaf, which is also called leaflets. Okay, then we saw about basic on the shape, leaf that has got needle, leaf that has got, you know, oval shape, that is your guava, heart shape, that is your people tree, people leaf, then you have oblong, that is your banana leaf. Next we go to type of venation. Okay. Now where is my banana leaf? Yes, it's here. And where is my maple leaf? Okay. Now we go to type of venation. Now the leaf, first of all let me tell you the arrangement of vein. The arrangement of vein on a lamina. What is lamina? The flat, the green, the broad part of the leaf is called your lamina. So the total thing is called your lamina. And the arrangement of veins on the lamina is called venation. So in the exams they will ask you what is venation. The arrangement of veins on the lamina. What is lamina? The broad, flat and green part of the leaf is called your lamina. So the arrangement of veins is called your venation. Now there are two types of venation. One is reticulate venation, the other one is parallel venation. Now this is an example for, now this is actually China rose. It's a leaf of a, I have drawn the leaf of a China rose. Now this is an example for reticulate venation. What is reticulate? It's a network, okay, a branched, okay. Now this is called, reticulate. Now what is parallel? Parallel is nice, uniform. No branches at all. So this is parallel, okay. This is parallel. There is no branch, you will not see the branch at all, okay, only two lines on either side. Whereas here you will see plenty of branches, it will go on branching, as many as branches it will have. So this is, so it looks like a network, network, it looks like a network. So it is, now this venation is called reticulate venation, that is this. This is called reticulate venation, having so many branches, so many veinlets, okay. And whereas here you have got just midrib and a single lateral, vein on either side. I will just show you an example of this. This is an example for reticulate venation and this is an example for parallel venation. You see, even grass you can see, you will have only a single lateral vein, okay. Whereas you have the midrib here and you have so many lateral vein, there is no branches. Here the veins do not branch, whereas in this case the vein branches. So reticulate venation is when the veins branches into so many branchlets is called your reticulate venation. And when the veins are arranged only parallel matlab one this side, so they are parallel to one another, opposite in the same level. So when the veins are arranged in parallel to one another, it's called parallel venation. When the veins are arranged just like a network having so many branches is called your reticulate venation. So thus there are two types of venation, parallel venation and reticulate venation. Example for plants having leaves having reticulate venation is your China rose, your maple tree, all your dicot plants. Okay, I am not using the word dicot and monocot since you may not have learned or you may not be knowing. So I am just giving you the example only. Your coconut leaf, parallel venation. Okay, your banana leaf, parallel venation. Your grass, now this grass, okay, grass is an example for parallel venation because you will see nice long leaf having just this is also an example for needle shaped leaf, okay, parallel venation. So these are the examples, your grass, your banana, your coconut, your palm tree, all of them are example for parallel venation. Whereas for reticulate venation you have plenty of examples which you see your mango leaf which has got a wavy margin, okay, your and reticulate venation, ashoka tree which has got a wavy margin and reticulate venation, and you have guava which is nice oval shape and having a reticulate venation. So your guava tree, mango tree, neem tree, all of them have got reticulate venation. So that's about the type of venation, okay. Then we saw about opposite arrangement, alternate arrangement and whirl. Whirl matlab a group of leaf arising from, whirl matlab a group of leaf arising like this, the leaf arises, a number of a group of bunch of leaf arises. So this is called your whirl, okay. Now next is the functions of leaf. Now what are the functions of leaf? It's very easy for you. we know normally the leaf prepares food. How? Photosynthesis. So, the leaf is responsible for preparing food through photosynthesis. Okay, I will tell you what is photosynthesis, then after finishing up the function. Then the leaf also gives out oxygen. Okay, it absorbs carbon dioxide, undergoes photosynthesis, then it releases oxygen. So, it helps in the exchange of gases, especially absorbing atmospheric carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Then the leaf also helps in the transpiration, because in the leaf you have a structure called the stomata. When you go to the higher class, you will learn a pore, a small tiny pore, and through the pore the excess of water gets lost. Okay, so the function of leaf, it provides food through photosynthesis, it releases oxygen to the atmosphere, it also helps in the transpiration, that is whatever water is absorbed, the excess of water is lost through leaf from the aerial part of the plant, that is through leaf, through a small pore like structure called stomata, S-T-O-M-A-T-A. Now, these are the functions of leaf. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the photosynthesis, not so much, little bit I will tell you. Photosynthesis is, I will put it in a simple manner, preparation of starch or glucose using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. I am putting it in a very simple manner because the real definition is complex. Photosynthesis is, synthesis matlab preparation, photo matlab light. So, it prepares food using sunlight or in the presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide, chlorophyll and water is called a photosynthesis, and it gives out carbon dioxide. And I told you about transpiration, because a lot of water is absorbed continuously and plants do not need all the absorbed water. मैंने जितना absorb करता पानी सब कुछ plant के लिए ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगर सब कुछ plant अंदर में रह जाता है तो it becomes excess. So, the excess of water is lost. Only what is needed is used by the plant. जो extra है that is given out in the form of transpiration. So, loss of water in the form of water vapor. Remember the word water vapor. Pani is lost through water vapor from the leaf, okay, is called your transpiration. Now, these are the functions of leaf. So, we have finished functions of leaf. Next is modification of leaf. Okay. Now, I have brought pumpkin leaf. Okay, it is already drooping. I have brought the pumpkin leaf. You see, so many, it cannot, you keep it straight, it cannot stand. It needs a support. So, the leaf here, it gets modified into tendril. This is a pumpkin leaf. Okay. Now, this pumpkin leaf is getting modified into a spiral shaped structure. You see, a spiral shaped structure, spring like structure called a tendril. So, this is called a tendril. Example is your pumpkin. So, this is, automatically when you give a stick, automatically it gets, attached to it, clinged to it, and then it starts growing. So, now so the leaf here is getting modified into tendrils because it is a supportive system, because it cannot stand on its own. So, it is a supportive system. As its stem is weak, it cannot stand. So, it gets attached with the help of a whatever supporting structure present. So, this is a kind of a supportive organ where the leaf is getting modified into tendrils. Then you have also, if you have seen cactus, I missed bringing cactus, the leaf is modified into spine like structure. You will see some, if you see cactus plant, if you have in your book the picture, the diagram where the cactus becomes nice thick stem, and then you will see small thorn. Okay. So, the spines. So, here the leaf is getting modified into spine. Here, there the pumpkin, the leaf got modified into tendrils. Okay. Here it got modified into spine. So, then you will see scales, onion. You cut the onion, you will have so many layers. Okay. In fact, children, the onion, visible part of the onion, then you have the leaf, the real onion that you are using is actually, it is kind of a part of a leaf like where you have so many scales coming out, so many layers coming out. So, thus the leaf gets modified in the form of tendrils. Spine matlab thorn, jo poking karta hai na, so thorn, then a layer, so many layers, scales. That is it about the modification. Then we have insectivorous plant. Now the insectivorous plants are not here, where the leaf is getting modified in such a way that it is able to trap the insects, and it has got enzyme. Enzyme is a chemical compound where it has a capacity to digest these insects which is being trapped. Trapped matlab pakad gaya. Okay. So in case of insect matlab you know insects, okay, chota insects, small living organisms, no, where you know like cockroach is an insect, fly is an insect, your honeybee is an insect, mosquito is an insect. So these all are insects. So vorous matlab eating. So the plant that eats insect is called insectivorous plants. Go to the insectivorous plant. Now insectivorous plants are the plants that eat insects, which means it is a kind of a carnivorous plant. We know the living organisms are of three types. One is herbivorous, okay, especially the animal, herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. The animals that eat only the grass are called herbivorous, that is your cow, goat, buffalo, etc. Carnivorous are the animals that eat flesh, that is your lion, tiger, etc. Omnivorous are the plants that eat the living organisms, especially the animals that eat both plants as well as animals are called your omnivorous. But in this case they eat only the insects. It is so interesting. So the plants also can eat insects and live on them. Now these plants, there are three different type examples you have. One is your bladderwort, then you have Venus flytrap, then you have pitcher plant. Now these plants, out of these plants you will see the bladderwort being seen in the aquatic regions. If you go to the pond and pond regions or the near the wells where the waterlogged area, you will see this bladderwort. It has got a small gallbladder. Bladder is a bag filled with water like. Now here the small tiny bag, bladder like structure, but inside they have enzymes. Okay. Now so that is a bladderwort. You will see in the waterlogged area. Okay. And you have this pitcher plant where the leaf is modified like a container inside and then you have on the top lid like a structure. I will show you in the video, and then inside you have the enzymes. So what happened, as soon as the insect comes in, it gets trapped inside, and these enzymes break them down, kill them, digest them, and then they utilize them as food. So that is called your pitcher plant, in which the leaf is modified like a pitcher and the insect is trapped inside. Inside the pitcher you have the chemical substances called enzyme which digest these insects once trapped, and they utilize them as a food. That is your pitcher plant. The bladderworts are the plants mostly present in the waterlogged area where they have a small bladder. Bladder matlab small polythene like structure. Inside you have the fluid. Now the fluid is nothing but the enzyme, the chemical that will digest the insects. So automatically it will trap, goes into the bladder, it digests and then has it as its food. Now this Venus flytrap and pitcher plants are not present in and around our place. The pitcher plants are mostly present in the Meghalaya, okay, and in Kazi Hills, Jayanta Hills, Garo Hills in Assam, certain parts of Assam, these pitcher plants are present. It is an endangered, matlab very few plants are being available, so they have kept it in a protective zone not to lose completely, because they are not present in other parts of the country. Similarly, you have another plant called Venus flytrap. They are not endemic plant, they are not present in India, they are present in other countries, okay, who also trap the insects and have them as their food. Now this is about the insectivorous plants. For details you just go through the book and the video. Then you have another plant called, I have it, bryophyllum. In the next class I will show you that. You have a leaf plant called bryophyllum. We have it, I have it one in my pots in the garden. Now this is, I didn't want to pluck it, I will show you later on. Now this leaf propagates, multiplies only from the leaf bud. So the leaf is like this, suppose, it gives rise to small bud. So when you break this bud and plant it in the soil, it gives rise to new leaf and it gives beautiful scented flower. So the bryophyllum is an example where the plant gets propagated or multiplied with the help of leaf bud. Now with this we come to the end of the chapter. Let me recap the whole thing. What we learned today is the chapter is about the leaf. But before leaf, I told you about the entire plant. The plant is divided into root system and shoot system. And the root system, further I told you there are two types of roots. One is the fibrous root, the other one is the taproot. In taproot, the roots have got the main root which pierces down in a vertically called a primary root, and then a branch that arising from the primary root is called secondary root. From the secondary root, the branch arising is called tertiary root. Now that is uniqueness of your taproot system. Example is your all the dicot trees, like the roots of neem tree, pipal tree, banyan tree, tamarind tree and the rose plant, etc. Whereas the fibrous roots, all your coconut tree, palm trees, grass, banana, etc. they all have good fibrous root, where from the base of the stem a bunch of root arises, as I had shown you in the beginning of the class. A bunch arises from the base is called your fibrous root. Then we went to the shoot system. The shoot system has got your stem, okay, the stem as a whole, the long green part, maybe wood part, etc. stem, and the stem has got further nodes, okay, from where nodes are the root. So the stem bears what? The shoot system bears, or the stem bears your nodes, your internode, your leaf, your fruits, your flowers, your seeds. So the stem bears all these parts. Then you have the node is the part of the stem from which the leaf or the branches arise is called your nodes. What are internodes? The region between the empty region, the plain region between two nodes is called your internodes. So that's about, then it has got the flowers, fruits, etc. The details of the flowers I will teach you in the next class. Then we learned about, we came to the leaf. In the leaf we learned about the external structure of the leaf, that is the leaf has got a bud called axillary bud from which the branches arise. Then you have got the different parts of leaf is your petiole, the stick or the stalk of a leaf is called petiole, the stick like a structure. Then you have got the the stalk of a leaf is called your petiole. Then you have the midrib. The petiole extends in the middle line called a midrib. Then you have the lateral veins, okay, and then you have thousands of branches of veins called your veinlets, and then you have the margin is called, okay, the margin you have, then you have apex, leaf apex. So these are the different parts of your leaf. Then I told you the arrangement of leaf is called venation. The arrangement of vein, okay. The arrangement of vein is called your venation. Then you have the different kinds of leaf we went, that is your simple leaf and compound leaf. Then a petiole is having a single leaf, only one leaf, it is called a simple leaf. When a petiole is having a group of leaf, it is called compound leaf. Okay. Then we went about basing on the shape, you have leaf that has got needle shape, leaf that has got oval shape, leaf that has got heart shape, leaf that has got oblong shape. Then we learned about basing on your arrangement of leaf. There are leaf which is arranged alternatively just like this manner. There are leaves arranged in an opposite manner. There are leaf which is arranged like a group of leaf arising from a single knot, that is your whorled arrangement. Then basing on the margin, there are leaf which has got just a smooth even margin complete, that is a people. Then there are leaf which has got just like this toothed margin, okay, toothed margin, just like a tooth. Then there are leaf which has got nice wavy margin, like this wavy margin, example your mango leaf and your ashoka leaf. Then there are leaf which has got thorns, that your I showed you, that is your spinous prickly poppy which has got spines. So basing on the shape, margin, okay, arrangement and the type of kinds of leaf, okay, basing on the number of leaf present from a single petiole. Then we learned about the types of venation. I told you the arrangement of veins on a lamina. Arrangement of veins on a lamina. I told you what is lamina? The green, broad, flat part is called a lamina. So the arrangement of veins on a lamina is called a venation. Then you have got two types of venation. I showed you the parallel venation, that is this is parallel venation because the veins are arranged in parallel to one another. Parallel matlab like this. parallel to one another. Then whereas here this is called a parallel venation, and where the leaf is having lot of branches, veinlets, so many branches, they are called reticulate venation, reticulate venation. Then we learned about the functions. It undergoes photosynthesis, it undergoes exchange of gases, it helps in transpiration. These are the three functions. Then we learned the leaf is modified into spiral shaped structure called the tendril. It is modified into small needle like structural spines. It is modified into scale of layer of leaf called your scales. Then we have learned about the insectivorous plants. There are three different categories of insectivorous plants. Examples, your pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, and your blatherworts. Then you have the last, we learned the leaf also has a capacity. There are also plants which multiplies with the help of a leaf buds. Its example is your bryophyllum. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. I am sure it will be very useful to you, and teachers have already given you the question answer. Now that you listen to the video, understand the lesson, learn the chapter. So one chapter is completed. Tomorrow I will take the chapter on flower. Thank you. Have a nice day.